What's up, guys? Hollywood Will back with another live stream. And today's a treat. We have, and I say we, I mean me. We have a bunch of grills indoor and outdoor that I'm going to show you guys today and see what we can do as far as deals. I'm in Pennsylvania, so it's pretty cold today. Mother Nature's not cooperating. I don't know where you guys are from, probably all over, but if you're already ready, set to start grilling, then let's get to it. For those that are in Pennsylvania like me, we still got about another month before we can really get outside. So let's go ahead and get started. So this first one is one of my favorites. This is the Master Build Gravity series. So a couple of things. I'm going to walk you through what's going on here. First of all, that is like your tower, your chimney. That's where you're going to put, like, if you're using coal, if you're using wood, if you're using the briquettes where you can just easily light and smoke those, that is where that goes. Here at the bottom, and I like how they lock it. There's a lock to it so it won't, like nothing will open up. But it's very easy to light. I just used like a paper towel and one of those briquettes that are flammable. And then you get going on that. You want to leave everything open so it can, really start, catching fire. A couple of things I want to mention here. 800 square inches of cooking space. So you can cook or smoke a lot. As you can see there, you have different levels. Once it is starting to heat up, you want to pull out these sectional dividers, and that's when the fan will start kicking in. There's a digital fan on the inside, which is awesome. There's also Masterbuilt comes with an app. It's a free app. You download it, and that way you can have everything digital on your phone. So you don't have to keep going out and checking your food or whatever. You can just watch it from the phone. It's all digitized these days. So a couple other things that I do want to mention. As you can see, I'm cooking chicken there. You guys are going to see how good my chicken thighs come out. But a couple of other things. This bad boy heats up really fast. So 225 degrees in 8 minutes, 450 degrees in 10 minutes, and 700 degrees in just 14 minutes. And then you're ready to go. It also includes a flat top. So if you want to griddle on one side and then you want to smoke, or you can use it as a grill on the other side, you absolutely can. If you want to use it as a grill, then you want to put it up to higher temperatures like 450, and then you can just grill. But if you're going to smoke, as you guys know, slow and low. This is the app. This is what the app looks like here. Once it hit 250, I was ready to start going, and my chicken was done. It looks delicious, right? So basically, I just walked you through that. The box was huge, by the way. I'm going to go back to that. So this is not a little smoker. It took me all day to build because I'm not a builder. And the box was huge and the box was very heavy. So I just wanted to put that out there for you guys before you make a decision. Cool deal? All right. Let's see here. Next we have. So this is another one of my favorites. Now I did gift this one. This is the Mega Master 3 burner. So I like this one because it's controlled heat. It's super lightweight as well, and it's on wheels. This is propane, so this is not charcoal. But the fact that you had four wheels instead of just two, you could push it around on the grass if you needed to, or you can put it on the deck, or however you want. But the grates are stainless steel, and I didn't have to spray anything down on it, so it was automatically non-stick. So I do like that. The cooking space was not as wide as some of the other grills, but you do have 435 square inches of cooking space. As you can see, we threw some loins on there, and had a great time. So it's 3 burners. Like I said, it's your propane gas grill. You have the folding side tables with your clutch, so that way you can set aside like your seasonings on one side. If you have your meat on the other side before the grill gets hot, you can absolutely do that as well. It just made it super convenient. There is also a grease tray underneath, so that's not just falling directly on the flames. You did have a grease trap that it would catch, and you can pull that out, dump it as part of your cleaning process. So overall, I did like this a lot. As you can see, we were cooking there, and I enjoyed it. Okay, let's see. Any questions in YouTube? Nothing. All right, so I'm going to keep going then because I only have about 30 minutes. So I wanted to make sure I get these out to you. All right. So now we're indoors. This is an indoor grill, and this is the Cuisinart Raclette grill. Now, I wasn't familiar with Raclette grill until I started, until they started sending me these. But apparently this is like Korean style, like a Korean barbecue. So this is something where you can have fun with it. Date night, you and the kids, alone time, by yourself, family, whatever you want to do. Now these little handles here, that's for like your cheese if you want to melt your cheese. I tried to fry an egg in there, and the egg was taking entirely too long. But to melt some cheese or to, get some vegetables going in there, it was super easy and super quick. Here, we use the top half for my smoked sausages. Now, I also want to mention that you can flip this side. You don't have to use just the grilling side. You can flip it over for a smooth side if you are making like crepes, which I don't eat, or pancakes, or something of that nature. So pretty cool, Korean style. You have your 8 small trays. It's 1,500 watts, so I want you to know that. So it is pretty powerful for such a small grills. You can see I got some grill marks there. It didn't steam up like I thought it would. I thought it was gonna like be super smoky cooking inside, but it really wasn't. I guess it depends on really on what you're cooking, maybe. I don't know, but just watch the grease level. So I did cook burgers on here as well, and I think I had too many. You don't want to overload it. I had like 6 burgers on there, and they were the high fat burgers, so 75-25, and the grease really built up really quickly. So that's just something to be mindful of. But all in all, I loved it. It also gives you an indicator light, so you'll know when it's nice and hot and ready for you to throw your food on. All right, so how are we doing so far? Now, I gave you guys 2 outdoor grills and 1 indoor grill. Now we're going to go back outside to this Weber grill. Let's see here. Where are we at here? There we go. All right, so the Weber grill, I gifted this grill to my friends. Thank you guys for filming this for me, and we loved it. I loved it. I stopped over for dinner, and we cooked some burgers and some steamed vegetables, and it was very good. Also controlled heat, which I liked a lot. Also non-stick. I thought I was going to have to spray something on there, but these grates are like a cast iron, like how a cast iron pan would be. So that's what those grates were, and it was that level of perfection. It really was, because it didn't stick at all. So the cooking space here is about 300 and some change. So it's 300 inches cooking space. So you're able to get quite a bit of food on there. You can use your upper level for your vegetables, or you can do what we did, and it does come with a like a griddle plate, and you can put that on the other side, and that way you can maybe cook fish on it so the fish doesn't flake and fall through, or if you wanted to steam vegetables, something of that nature, you absolutely can. Or if you wanted to do a little, breakfast for dinner, you can do a nice little steak and eggs and have the eggs on one side there. So it worked out pretty well. And it was super easy to move and super easy to clean. There's also grease trap. I think most grills are going to have grease traps. But this grease trap was easy to get to, and like I said, easy to clean. So we enjoyed it. All right. Let's see. What else do we have here? All right, we're back inside. This is the Swissmar Classic Raclette Grill. These raclette grills are um, they're super popular. Before last year, like I said, I didn't really know what to make of that. I didn't know how to pronounce raclette. I didn't know anything. But after a while using it, again, this is something where you can have fun with the whole family. You can, cook quite a bit of, things on there. It's stainless steel, and that hot plate that I just took off is reversible. So if you want your grill marks, you can. And then if you wanted to flip it and use the smooth side, again, for those that do like crepes, perfect for pancakes, you can see the circles there. If you wanted to do a couple of fried eggs, you absolutely can. Or you can do the whole breakfast on that side. It's really up to you. But thin meats only, I want to say. I tried to do like a thicker steak, and it was just basically cooking the bottoms of each side, and it was just taking for absolutely ever to cook an entire steak. So if you want like the thick steaks, then use the grill outside or something of that nature. But thinner meats, Korean barbecue style, right? Thinner meats, it worked great. It really did. All right, we are moving right along. This next one is going to be very detailed. This is my favorite, the Cuisinart portable grill. So this is the Cuisinart portable grill. This is outdoor. It is via propane. It may look portable. It is portable, but you still need your propane tank. That does not come with it, obviously. I love this because it is portable. It's small enough to carry. You can carry it like a suitcase. You see the handle there that I'm grabbing? Carry it like a suitcase. You have your locks on either side, so that way nothing will spill out. You know what I mean? Especially, let's say, if you're in a car and you're taking it somewhere. If it wasn't locked, maybe the handle flies open. But in this case, it stayed locked, just like a briefcase or of some sort. And then you have your handle. Grab the handle, you're good to go. I've taken this to many, many, many Eagles tailgates. You have your portable legs, your foldable legs, I should say, so that way it's not, the hot surface is just not sitting on a table. You have your portable legs that already came assembled, because I don't like to assemble anything. So, but it was super easy to use. I'm going to give you guys some highlights here. 20,000 BTUs, so it does get hot quickly. Again, the propane tank will not be included, but I think you guys already know that. Everything is stainless steel, and it looks kind of bulky, but it only weighs about 22 pounds, so it's really not that heavy. You can actually just kind of like lift it, get your workout in before you open it up and cook with it. So, tabletop, you have your foldable legs, and you have your locks. It was super easy to use. You do have an indicator light. This is a 2-burner portable grill, controlled heat, obviously, so you can have one side hotter than the other. You guys know what you're doing when you're smoking. You do have that thermometer at the very top, so you can, gauge on where everything's at, what your temps need to be. Now, there is no peek hole, so you would have to keep lifting up the lid to see how the food's doing, but that thermometer does work well. And actually, the thermometer works with the lid still open. So I was kind of surprised about that. So everything stainless steel on the inside. And, like I said, this is great. And we still use this for tailgates. Not so much for the backyard because I have that big smoker that you saw. But, yeah, for tailgates and portable, it's pretty amazing. All right, so I only have a couple more to show you guys. I wanted to get you guys right, get you guys ready for the summertime, springtime, depending on where you live. Maybe you're already cooking. I'm sure you people in Florida and Texas and down south are already started, cooking. So now we're going to go back on the indoor side of things. This is the Hamilton Beach Indoor Grill. So this one came exactly how you saw there. I took everything out of the box. But if I can assemble it, then anyone can. You see here on the left-hand side, actually, I'll just walk you through it. I'll put it together. So it's basically kind of like a Tetris thing. You just kind of you can figure it out. You put the pieces together. The lid goes on super easy, and then you're basically ready to go. Excuse me. Now, this has an indicator light and a peak window. So that's your grease dish right there, so you can catch the grease. It's not going to get all smoky inside like I thought it was. Again, one of the clutch things is you can actually see the cook without having to continue to lift up the lid and let all that good smoke come out. So you can just look and see what's going on. And you can kind of gauge if you've been, cooking, smoking, grilling long enough, you'll be able to gauge on when it's time to flip or whatever you want to do. So let's talk about, let's see, so it's 118 square inches of cooking space. It sounds like it's not a lot, but it really is, especially for indoor. Like if you just want to do a few steaks on there or a few burgers just so you can get that grill flavor, it's perfect. Now, are you going to be cooking, for 10 people like you can on that smoker that I showed you? Absolutely not. But again, you can throw half a dozen patties on there. You can throw some hot dogs on there and really still get that taste of the grill. So temp control is up to 450 degrees. You have your indicator lights on when it's on and when it is preheated and ready to go. Again, non-stick, I feel like that's pretty standard these days, so you don't have to worry about that. And then you have your handle. Doesn't have a locking mechanism, but you have your handle. Makes it easy to open and close. So that's what you're looking at for the Hamilton Beach Indoor Grill. All right, and then we're going to hit this last one really quickly, which is the Weber 22-inch Smoky Mountain Grill. Let's see, where is that? So a couple things. You can do your 18-inch or you can do the 22-inch. This is the 18-inch, so it's a little bit smaller, and it's like a whole funneling system. So you're going to put your charcoal or your smoke wood or whatever down there at the bottom. As you can see, this is how you light it up and get going. Now, you can actually cook on top of that if you want, but what I did was I put the base back on and then I put the grill part up at the top because I wanted it to cook slower so I was away from the heating. You see what I'm saying? I put those sausages up. We cooked some burgers. A couple of key tips about this. Again, it comes in 18-inch or 22-inch size. You can use it for charcoal grilling or you can just use it for smoking. Smoking, obviously, it'll take much longer. It's about 39 pounds, so it's deceptively a little bit bigger and heavier than the other. It does have a water pan, so you can catch everything down there, especially if you're smoking. You don't want things to dry out. You have your thermometer there, so you can kind of keep the lid on and you don't have to keep opening it up. You can see what's going on. You also have a little, I want to call it a peak, like a slide, just to let the steam, let some of the heat out. And also, in case you guys didn't know, on the 22-inch, you can cook an entire turkey and a ham at the same time. So it's pretty cool there. All right, we're gonna go back here. So I just wanted to quickly show you guys that. I gave you, my word. I'm trying to live stream a lot more. And no one wants to see me every single time for 2 hours, right? Which is what you usually have me for on those Sunday streams. So we're going to be doing and getting ready for spring and summer. We're going to start getting the gazebos out, getting ready for those. So I can show you guys some, some deals on that. You got your grills, and we have some other fun stuff that's going to be all outdoor. Cool. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will catch you guys on the flip this weekend at some point. All right. Take care, guys.